Good morning everyone, I am in Walert today. It's literally dead. There is no one here. Really quiet suburb at the moment for some reason. However, this is a single story home right here. And as you can see, there's some water damage to the porch area. The homeowners have contacted us to do a defects inspection for this home because the builder's gone MIA. He has disappeared and doesn't want to know about the defects for some reason. There is a lot of things going on here. And the homeowners had to call us in to document everything to make sure everything is captured in one document so they can forward it to the builder. Now, I want to show you guys the reason why I wanted to record this home right here. There's a lot of funny things going on, a lot of things I've never seen before. So let's get right into it. Let's go. So this is the front area here, the porch area, entry door, and the first thing I can see is that there is a box gutter system right here. Some obvious water damage, and we'll go on the roof soon to have a look what's going on. But take a look how they fixed the soffits right here. I mean, that cement sheet nail has been installed by the homeowner, but what these guys have done is that they've installed staples. Look, they've used staples to staple the cladding. Oh my God. How cheap can you be? Now let's go on the roof and see what's going on. But take notice is that there is only one outlet right here. There is only one outlet. And no overflow for this box cutter. There is no overflow for this box cutter, and as you can see, this is the first indication that there is non-compliant works. The second one is this rain head right here. Well, never seen this before. Very creative roofer. So let's get right up and see what's happening. My suspicions were correct. So now we're at the porch area, which is the lower roof section right here, and this is the upper roof. And you can see there's a lot of issues going on here. First of all, have a look at this. So this is the, let me just get this in. You can see how there is no sump. There is no sump anywhere here. Have a look. Just a box gutter with an outlet, which is in breach of AS 3500.3 and HB 39. It has to, the box gutter has to discharge into a sump or a rain head, and also there is no overflow here. So there is zero overflow device for this box gutter. And not only that, there's other issues as well. For example, the overhang of this roof covering, let me just get this in. Overhang is about 100 mil overhang right here, which is non-compliant because you can see how I can't get my hand in there to facilitate cleaning and all that stuff. So that's another breach. And also the minimum fall requirements for this capping is not achieved. We've got here, let's have a look. 0.65 has to be minimum of 3 degrees fall, nothing there. And also take notice, this is very common as well, guys. Have a look how they've cut this capping. Cut it right down, and there's no anti-capillary breaker anymore. This is also in breach of HB 39 2015. So a lot of items going on this roof right here, and also there's no sarking that enters the box gutter as well. And oh, what's this? Candy. What the hell is this? Cocoa Mo chocolate filled biscuits. Oh, it's empty. Damn. All right, we're on the upper roof right now. Same thing as well. We have here a box gutter that discharges down the stream end right here to a rain head, to a non-compliant rain head. And also the first breach that we notice here is, have a look at this. The box gutter is not sealed to the rain head. They haven't done it right. They nearly done it right, but it's incorrect. That's the first item. And then have a look at this spreader right here. The outlets are open on this side, but not this side. I mean, what a silly thing to do. So I'll put an extract on the screen to show you guys how that is supposed to be completed. And the other interesting item here is that we have a box cutter that is, let me take a measure quickly, 7.165 meters long. Now, if you have a look at the edge of this box cutter, you can see how it kind of warps. That's called oil canning for the box cutter. Now, if you have a look also here, you can see a little screw. So that's what happens when they fix the box cutter at certain points. You'll end up with a box cutter looking like that. Now, why am I saying that? Because if you do fix it like they've done right here, it needs an expansion joint. Now, this is in breach of AS 3500.3. And there is a clause there, and I'll put an extract on the screen to show you guys what it says. It says, like, where the box cutter is fixed between two fixed points, such as between a sump, which is, there's no sump here, or similar, an expansion joint of 25 mil shall be provided. Now, they have just a joint here. This is not a movement joint, so it's incorrect. Where the distance between the fixed point exceeds 6 meters. So this is box cutters all fixed. It requires an expansion joint to be introduced. Oh, wait until I show you guys what's going on there. Let's jump right into it. All right, there we go. First thing I notice, check out the upstand, non-compliant. This is already failing. So if you do have an upstand, there has to be a pressure flashing installed, which is not installed here. Water ingress is imminent in this location. Now let's keep going. Now, I have never seen this setup before. We've got a box cutter discharging all the way here. Then we have a little mini waterfall right here. And then it goes straight into the rain head right there. This is really poor workmanship. Yep, non-compliant as well. So it looks like this roof is a schmozzle, guys. Let's keep going. You can see how they fixed the box cutter here. Looks like every 900, I think they fixed it. Look at this sump, oh my God. So as you can see, we have a change of direction. The water comes here, down the box cutter, and then turns around into this sump. Now, this is non-compliant because it's in breach of AS 3500.3 and HB 39, which prohibits a change of direction in box cutters. This is a major breach, and they haven't attempted sump high capacity overflow setup. I mean, the whole thing's wrong. This is non-compliant. This is non-compliant. So the way the overflow setup is non-compliant, I'll put an extra on the screen. They've got the flange fixed on top of the sump, non-compliant. Has to be a minimum of 600 mil long if you do use this setup, and it's only 210. Has to be a minimum of 150 deep. It is 100 mil deep. So a lot of issues right here, guys. This whole roof has to get redone. Look at that, guys. Look at this. And another sump here, another non-compliant sump. I mean, this is going to be a nice juicy report for the homeowners. Another non-compliant sump, non-compliant box cutter, change of direction. The size of the box cutter cannot be reduced without a change in depth, non-compliant. Still, this sump is non-compliant. There's a lot of ponding water going on here, as you can see, because of the soil. We'll get the level and we'll have a look what's going on as well. This whole box cutter, this whole roof, sorry, the whole roof is non-compliant. This capping is non-compliant. I mean, look at this. All cut, no anti-capillary break anywhere. Let's take a look at this section as well. Let's take a look here. See, there's a lot of ponding water going on here as well. Probably incorrect fall as well, I reckon. Really, really poor workmanship. I don't even know how this got passed by the building surveyor. The roofer has given a certificate of compliance. Have a look at this, guys. Let's see if I can see it. You can see, let me get some light. You can see the building fabric. I can see the timber frame as well. Have a look. I mean, this is really poor workmanship, guys. Water's entering the property 100%. And have a look at there. Let's get a closer look and see what's going on there. Get the light out. Look at this, I can see a timber frame, guys. Right there. Yep, there you go. Non-compliant box cutter as well. That cladding has to overhang the flashing a minimum of 50 mil. I mean, look, water can come in easy, as you can see. Look at this. Look at this box cutter. I can see a timber frame, and it's all greyed out as well. So we've got timber frame deterioration. We have no pressure flashing here as well. Oh my God, I better start documenting. Alright guys, I better start documenting and then we'll jump on and see what else is going on here. This is unbelievable, guys. Unbelievable.
I can smell non-compliant works in the air.
I could smell it. I could smell it a mile away. I mean, even when I was driving here. Let's keep going. And take a look at this, guys.
Do your best and silicon the rest.
So this roofer did his best and then he siliconed the rest. Unbelievable. Let's keep going. Now, these homeowners thought that they bought a home that is completely made out of Hebel. However, have a look at this. Not only that the Hebel installation is non-compliant, it is also being apparent that this is foam and this is Hebel. Take a look at this. Here you go. Here's a bit of foam. There we go. A bit of foam for you. And also this is foam. So what these guys have done, see, the Australian standards states that for when there is an opening, you have to introduce a movement joint. Now the movement joint has to be continuous through the side of the opening. So I'll put an extract on the screen to show you guys the exact clause. Articulation joints and control joints shall be clean and free of any hard material. Like as you can see here, it's actually empty and they've got render all the way through. Let me get a light through here. Let me get the light. You can see it's all empty. Have a look at that, guys. So it has to have a bead of polyurethane, a flexible material inside, and that's why we're getting a lot of cracking here. And also the standards do state that it has to be, the joints have to extend the full height of the reinforced Hebel block. So basically we've got a Hebel panel right here. So this joint has to be 10 mil here, running all the way through. Now, CSR Hebel documentation, I'll put an extract on the screen as well, that they do state that if an opening is more than 3.6, which in this case, this opening is larger than 3.6. Let's take a quick measure. From memory, it was about 4 meters. Let me see. 4.225. So basically they do state that the power panel can be installed directly beside the window or door opening, but you must retain a 2 to 3 mil gap between window jamb and panel. So as you can see, there is no 2 to 3 mil gap here. Nothing. And this is the movement joint. It is about 10 mil. We're using the ruler section of the taper gauge here. There's other functions on this, but we're using the ruler, and you can see it's around 6, 7, it's about 9 mil. But these are all non-compliant because they're just empty. There's no polyurethane sealant or flexible sealant inside the joint, and that's why it's all cracking. And this is common throughout the home, and we'll go around later on and I'll show you guys other parts of the home. But this is polystyrene, Hebel, foam, Hebel. So the homeowners are going to be surprised. They spent over $1 million for this property. they're going to be disappointed soon. Let's go downstairs. All right, let's take a look at the front now. You can probably see that this glass panel, this window glass panel is non-compliant. This glass panel is also non-compliant. It's in breach of AS 1288. And I'll show you guys in a second. Oh, look at the ants. Hello. Let's keep going. Beautiful garden here. Let's keep going, guys. This glass panel and window is also non-compliant. Why is it non-compliant, guys? Well, have a look at this. There is no markings on the window anywhere. And you gotta remember, the registered building surveyor, this building surveyor has passed this home. It's got an occupancy permit. It has an occupancy permit. There is no decals. According to AS 1288, it's called manifestation. So basically it's those like decal stickers that have to be installed so it doesn't get mistaken for an opening. It's nowhere to be seen, guys. Now the homeowners did buy it in this condition, brand new. They have not removed anything. I'll put a clause on the screen to show you guys the breaches. So this glass panel right here, you can see there is no identification of what this glass is. This glass most likely has been imported from somewhere, from an unknown region. Now it has to have 5 items, guys, on the glass here. The 5 items, according to AS 1288, and I'll put it on the screen, it has to have the name, registered trademark or code of the manufacturer or supplier, the type of glass material. There's a second item, the standard of which the safety glass has been tested. We don't know if this complies to the Australian standards. The grade of test, A or B, and a number to indicate the nominal thickness. There's no info here. And the building surveyor, who has been assessed by the VBA and passed the examination, has given this property an OC permit. Wow. Now let's take a look at the certification that they got. And this certificate that's on the screen right now, I've inquired with AGWA, the Australian Glass and Window Association of Australia. We had a look and they don't have a membership with them or anything like that. They don't even know who they are. So we don't know if this actual certificate is legitimate. It's all non-compliant, the whole thing. All the glass. Wait until you see the glass inside. You know what? We'll have a look right now. Let's go inside before we do the exterior. We'll go inside. So have a look at this large glass panel right here. No identification whatsoever. And I'm going to remove a bit of silicone soon here to expose another item. And I'll show you guys what I mean. And hopefully the homeowners let me test it. Nothing here, no stamps, no sticker on the frame, anything. Non-compliant, have a look, nothing. 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 So this has been passed by the registered building surveyor. And these things, like, you can just have a walkthrough and you can tell non-compliant. Like, I don't even have to have any paperwork. I can tell, hey, this glass, is it safety glass? We don't know. So this is actually a safety hazard as well. And the VBA has given a license to this building surveyor. Let's keep going. So take a look at this glass, guys, right here. Now for a large glass panel like this, let's have a look what it is. We've got 7, actually, double check that. 3.862 by around 2.87. Alright, so AS 1288 does state that setting blocks have to have a minimum requirement, and for this glass right here, you have to calculate it. I'll put an extract on the screen. The minimum requirement is 50 mil in length where the glass sits on this setting block. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove this silicon right here. I'm going to remove another silicon bead right there. And the calculation for that is basically for every 1 square meter of glass panel, for every 1 square meter, that has to be 25 mil. So the length times the width of this panel, let's do a quick calculation. It's 3.862 times 2.887. This is how many square meters. And then we times that by 25. So it has to be 277 mil, at least 200 mil basically. Let's do a cutout and see what's going on here. So I had to remove extra silicon, but take a look what they've done. Let me turn some light on. Take a look at this, guys. They've actually put, let me get a closer look. It's just a bit of caulking or silicon. It's not even a block. So this is non-compliant, guys, what they've got here. I'm gonna keep removing silicon and see what else they've done. The owner has given me the go-ahead to remove this silicon bead because he wants to get into the non-compliant issues of his entire home. So this is an invasive investigation, guys. So this is what I'll be doing in a lot of homes now. We're gonna have to remove some silicon to see the compliance because there's a lot of windows out there that are non-compliant. A lot of windows that are being imported from overseas, they're slapped together and it doesn't meet the minimum requirements of the Australian standards. So guys, just be careful, be mindful when you're building a new home. Make sure the correct stickers, the correct stamps are there to be verified that this glass right here meets the minimum requirements of the Australian standards. It's so important. Let's keep going. Now we're in the backyard, non-compliant rain heads, and apparently this is all heatable. Let's take a quick look around. The first thing we'll notice that there is no movement joint to this corner, which is a requirement as per the Australian standards as well. And I'll put an extract on the screen. See, there is a movement joint right there. Now, for corners, there's kind of 3 ways you can do it, and also that will be on the screen. You can put at the corner itself, so there'll be like where the panel is coming right here, there should be one movement joint all the way to from the top to the bottom, full height of the wall, or a maximum of 1.2 meters from the corner. So 1.2 meters max, which is not there, and it's not there. Or you can also put it at a maximum of 2.4 on each corner. Now, if we measure, see there is one here, so let's measure that. Let's get my tape measure out. Hopefully it will hook on. All right. Got a bit excited, guys. Let's hook it back on. Got a nice deep section. So this is already 3 meters. So we've got 3.8 meters right here, and then another one right there, non-compliant. So they have to create one here. I don't know how they're going to do that. It's going to be a challenge. Let's keep going. And then we have this corner as well, is suffering from the same issue. No movement joint as well whatsoever. Non-compliant rain head here as well. And also those isolation joints in the pavement are also non-compliant because they're supposed to be sealed. Take a look. So this window as well, there is no manifestation, there's no decal on it. And also there's no stamp on the glass specifying what the 5 things we spoke about before. All these glass panels, even the sliding door is non-compliant. And have a look at this. Look how he's created those little whip holes. He just used a drill to make those little holes. Have a look. I mean, this bottom track right here had no drainage facility in it. They've just kind of, it's just got one whip hole, I think. This is terrible. And look how they've joined it together. I think it might be leaking even inside that joint. Who knows? Really poor workmanship by this manufacturer. There is no labeling on the frame anywhere. I mean, check this out. When the water does drain, here, it drains on the door. It goes inside there into the sill. And then there's a little whip hole right there. See the whip holes? And then they're blocked. The water is trapped inside. They've corked it as well. They've corked that sill right there. Really poor workmanship, guys. And this movement joint right there as well is not compliant because it doesn't run the full height of the wall, or as per the CSR installation guide, there has to be a 2 to 3 mil gap here on either side. Nothing there, non-compliant as well. Have a look at the top. No gaps whatsoever. And you can see how it's already cracking. Let me show you. Have a look. Because there is no sealant inside the joint. Have a look. It's already cracking. These guys wanted to save every single dollar and not buy any silicone. I mean, I'm just assuming that they were trying to cut costs like that. Non-compliant works everywhere, guys. And look at this neighbor right here as well. Non-compliant rain head. And they're using class 2 screws. I mean, the whole. I mean, check out that spread over there, non-compliant as well. Wow. So let's take a look at this area right here. We've got the master bedroom right here, beautiful master bedroom with a baseball bat and a beautiful treasure chest. Oh my God. Okay, let's get back to work, guys. So what you can see here is that we've removed a section of silicone right here. We've also partially removed this aluminium trim to this opening right here. So this is the bathroom area, and this is a shower, an enclosed shower with a hob. So we've removed it to see if there is any water stop installed, and there is no vertical extension of the membrane to this door opening, which is in breach of AS 3740 2010. So non-compliant, tiles have to be removed, this has to be removed. The whole thing's non-compliant, guys. The whole thing's non-compliant. So when the homeowners notified the builder of this defect, the builder said, just go and use the next bathroom. So they did that. They actually went to the next bathroom, right here. They started using it, and then have a look what happened. Swelling started to occur to this vanity unit right here. See how it's starting to swell? So this swelling is an indication that there is moisture underneath these tiles that is being wicked up. It's being wicked up by the timber. And it is swelling, as you can see. Now, if I use my non-invasive moisture meter to scan that, you can see it's maxed out with its reading, indicating that there is water. Now, we are flood testing this shower area. So, So what this is telling us is that there is water underneath the tiles, which is probably being a direct result of a non-compliant shower area. So there is water exiting this shower area into the wet area, which is okay. It can exit the wet area. However, it can't deteriorate building elements, guys. And also it can't, when it does reach this door opening, which there is, let's have a look. The water stop is non-compliant as well, as you can see. So this is also non-compliant. You can see.
I'm not sure I understand.
Oh my God, okay. Just relax, Siri. Let me do my work. Unbelievable. So you can see that the jam is embedded into the tiles, which is in breach of AS 3740 2010. And also the aluminium bead does not return into the perimeter flashing. Non-compliant. The tiles everywhere has to be removed. And we've discovered something also really concerning. So have a look at this. This is the powder room and this is the shower. We're currently flood testing it. And look at what happened. Can you see that the tiles, you can see the grout in the tiles going darker. Have a look. See how it's dark right here and then it becomes lighter? So what this is telling us is that there is water underneath the tiles. Now if I put my moisture meter right here and press it, it tells me it's dry. But when I put it here, elevated moisture levels have been detected. So there is a leak from that shower area right here. Water is escaping and entering the powder room, and it will soon reach this area here. And there is nothing stopping the water exiting this area and this area to here. So that's why the water stop has to be installed. It has to seal the water in a wet area. And if that's not the case, water is going to deteriorate all this section over time. You're going to get swelling architraves, swelling skirting, complete schmozzle, guys. And also I've measured the moisture levels here as well, where the door openings are. Have a look at this. There is water here as well. So it's kind of sitting here. Let's check out this section. Yeah, it's okay. Let's check out this section. Not bad. This section, that's all right. And we'll check out this section. Yep, that's all right as well. And let's see why the water is being elevated in this section. Let's check out this section. It might be dry because of the, let's put it here, nothing as well. So because the sun is hitting this area, it might have dried out. But take a look at this. Let me just turn this off. Have a look at this, guys. Look at this. So let's take a look at this here. If I insert my ruler inside there like this, and please take note, this internal flashing right there that's been installed with only silicone. Look at that, I can see a timber frame. Timber frame right there, and you wonder where the water's coming in from. There's your first answer. There is no flashing on top of this opening as well. And also the way the window terminates on top of this seal right here, non-compliant. So basically water can enter underneath this frame as well. That's non-compliant. Also have a look at this termination. No vertical termination of a membrane anywhere. There is a nice product out there, and I'll put an extract on the screen for you guys to see that would work in these situations here, because you'll get water straight away going under the tiles, and then you'll get issues like this. Have a look at this. Calcification. Calcification here. Efflorescence, look at that. Under the tiles. Entrapment of water underneath the tiles. And this is because the paddle flange that is installed here is being completely sealed. So any water that goes underneath the tiles has nowhere to go. So the hydrostatic pressure will eventually start deteriorating the glue and all those things that's underneath here, the screed, and you'll start getting cracked tiles, you'll start getting, look at that, calcification everywhere around here, which is a defect. It is in breach. It is in breach of the Australian, the Guide to Standards and Tolerances. Now in Queensland, from memory, it's only 24 months, but in Victoria, there is kind of, I think it's 10-year period. So that is a defect, guys. Efflorescence like this is a defect. So if you guys really enjoyed this video, please subscribe. It will help my channel grow. Also like and share. Let's keep going, guys. Until next time, let's go.